Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome to The Splash Live. Very good to be with you. I'm Dave Scott. Thank you very much for joining us here in The Splash. Of course, The Splash Live is here each and every Monday through Friday at 9:30. We're here from 9:30 to 10, focusing on all of the big news and happenings and newsmakers and people and friends around the community right here in the greater West Bloomfield area. At 10 o'clock this morning, Tyler Keefe will step in with the MegaCast. We'll expand our geography just a little bit, take a look at Oakland County and more. So it's 90 minutes of live TV each and every Monday through Friday right here in Civic Center TV and also live on 89.3 Lakes FM. So where can you tune in? Of course, as the guys have on the screen, Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM. You can also tune in on your cable TV, where we've been for over 20 years, right there on Comcast on Channel 15. If you happen to be an AT&T subscriber, go to Channel 99. You got to go through a couple of menus, but you will find Civic Center TV. Look for the West Bloomfield and the Greater West Bloomfield channels. And actually, I think one of the best ways to watch us today is to go to our website. Go to civiccentertv.com. There's a number of links. You can see the video right on the homepage. Click on it, get real big, and then also go to the Watch Live. Now, Facebook, a lot of people like watching on Facebook. We're there each and every day, and now also on YouTube Live. So Facebook, YouTube, our website, on the TV, on the radio, it's all over the area, and we hope you tune in each and every day. And thank you, and good morning again. Thanks for watching. Wow, another great weather day here in the greater West Bloomfield area. We have partly cloudy skies in the area today. It's going to be warm again with a high of 84 degrees. Cooling off. Don't you love these nice early fall nights where you can open up the window, it's nice and cool, down to 64. Some more clouds tomorrow, high 84. Sunday will be the wet day of the weekend with a little bit of rain expected and only getting up to 78 degrees. So it's Friday. I'm dressed a little casual. Why? Because it's another Laker football Friday. And your West Bloomfield Lakers have a big game tonight as we get on the road and travel over to Rochester Hills, Stony Creek. And the Lakers are 2-0 on the season. So is Stony Creek. It's a big OAA conference game tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, your Lakers, they are red hot, as you can see in the screen right now. And Max Preps, one of the leading high school online experiences, right now has your West Bloomfield Lakers as number 4 in the state. It's going to be a lot of fun. We really want to thank the people, Brian Anderson and all the people over at Stony Creek. Wonderful hosts. And, you know, what I really would invite you to do is come out to the game tonight. And when you go over to Stony Creek, not far away, Rochester Hills, Stony Creek High School, you're going to see one of the nicest high school football facilities in the area. So very accommodating, lots of room for the home fans. And, you know, last Friday night in West Bloomfield, we had one of the biggest high school football audiences I've ever seen, and it was on Labor Day weekend. And that was for our opening game. Usually opening games at home, not that many people. Big crowd. We're looking for a big crowd tonight. But if for some reason you can't make it out there, we invite you to tune in to all of our outlets, Civic Center TV, Lakes FM, Facebook, YouTube. Game will be all over. Just get on the internet and search for Civic Center TV and Laker football, and you definitely will find us. And then the easiest way, of course, come right back to our website, civiccentertv.com, and all the links will be there to get you the live coverage. And you might want to tune in a little early. You'll have a chance to see Tyler Keefe talking to head coach Tyrese Grice, who we'll also talk to in a minute here. But he'll be checking in and this week in Laker football and then the whole game. And if for some reason you go to the game and you just still want to watch it on TV, you can get home and watch a replay, and it'll be there forever. So we're really excited about it. Don't forget one note, next week we're back at home against Clarkston. I guess if you said West Bloomfield had a rival, it would be Clarkston. And we've got them along with Family Fun Night. Now we're going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of West Bloomfield High School next Friday at Family Fun Night. Have a lot of our first responders. We'll be there broadcasting live in the parking lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you come out and join us for the West Bloomfield's next home game next Friday night in West Bloomfield. Get there a little early for Family Fun Night. But again, Tonight, Laker football kicks off at 7 o'clock. Tyler Keefe had a chance to catch up with our head coach, Tyrese Grice, and talk to him on This Week in Laker Football, and here's what he had to say.
Well, we played them last year. Again, that was last year. Looking at them this year, they're a good, solid team. Their left tackle is one of their best players. The quarterback like to run a lot, so we got to make sure we contain those guys. They're very disciplined in what they do in terms of running their offense, and so we just got to make sure we match that and throw some little schemes in there to shut down what they like to do. So it's a team that like to run the ball and like to try to get you on some play action, and so we got to be ready for the big plays. But they're a solid team. They're OAA red with us, so we're just going to make sure we do our job and continue to be prepared for them.
That speed plays a new element into offensive games that you haven't really seen from your opponents so far this year. Much more traditional offenses from Sterling Kite-Stevenson and even from Harper Woods. Having that element of speed, and particularly as we've seen teams have a relative amount of success getting outside the edges and having some quality plays in the run game. How does that change your team's approach practicing as you enter this game against Stony Creek?
Well, we just got to continue to work with our DNs. Last week they got outside our defensive ends. They just read it wrong and didn't squeeze and didn't do what they're supposed to do. So it's just all about just practicing and just going over it where it becomes repetition. And Stony Creek is one of those teams that's going to try to get outside of you, trying to get inside of you, do some play action on you. But we prepare for it. We've seen a lot of stuff they do. But this is going to be the first team we saw that's going to be really try to pound the ball with three backs in the backfield and so forth. So we just got to match their physicality and be real physical in this game. That's going to be our message, is to be real physical with these guys up front.
With a running quarterback, does that change your approach schematically on the defensive front in terms of the amount of pressure you put in the backfield? Because their ability to make those quick changes, that puts a lot more pressure at that second level. And then that opens up their passing game, too.
Well, if you got a running quarterback, you have to contain that quarterback because he's the threat. In this game, he is the threat. So we got to make sure we spy him, make sure that we put a little pressure on him. He likes to run inside, so we got to make sure our linebackers step up and if he step up, we step up. But it's one of those games where, again, as long as we play our game, play Laker football, and come prepared, and everybody know their assignment and do their job, we can come out victorious in this game. It's
a really tough few weeks coming up for West Bloomfield as you enter OAA Red Division play. Stony Creek this week, then you come back here, family fun night against Clarkston, then you go on the road for probably the game of the year statewide, Rochester Adams, West Bloomfield, that playoff rematch. Coach, as you enter OAA Red play and start going up against a team that's really high firepower like this and have the next few really tough weeks coming up, how important is it for your team to bring that execution to a different level as we go into really the most competitive part of your regular season?
Well, every game in the OAA is going to be tough for us. So, we take one game at a time. So we just got to come prepared for Stony Creek and knowing our assignments and knowing what we got to do. We don't really want to look ahead to Rochester Adams or Clarkston of those games, and our whole focus got to be about Stony Creek and no one else. So we told the players all about chopping that tree down, and the tree is the state championship. But we're gonna take these little chops as we move along, and take these victories and these opportunities to get victories one game at a time.
We're joined by head coach Tyrese Grice of the West Bloomfield Lakers as the Lakers get ready to go into Rochester Hills, go up against Stony Creek, and enter the OAA Red Division. 2-2-0 teams coming into this game, really for a chance to take over that top spot in the OAA Red, or maybe even be up there with Rochester Adams. They have another tough game coming up this week as well. For your team, what are some of those key improvements that you want to see made this week that were kind of issues that cropped up in week 2 that maybe weren't there week 1 against Sterling Heights-Stevenson?
Well, we want to make sure offensively that we line up properly, try to eliminate the pre-snap penalties that cost us in the red zone. That when you get in the red zone, you got to finish. So I think we're going to spend a little bit more time practicing in the red zone, making sure they line up properly. And, we do a lot of goal line defense practices, so we're just going to get back in there and really work that some more. So when we get in the red zone, we won't get pushed back to the 20, 30-yard line. We want to make sure we score each time we get in there. So I think that's another area that we got to work on is our extra points and our field goals to make sure we get our snap. We lost our long snapper to injury, so we're working in a new guy. But he's improving each week, but it's a work in progress.
Tyrese Grice, the head coach of the West Bloomfield Laker football team, great coach. I love what he said, chopping the tree down, making their way to the state championship. Laker football tonight. Make sure you join us 7 o'clock and get out to Stony Creek for what is going to be a beautiful night of football. A lot of other things going on in the community as well. Just a couple quick notes here. The community garage sale put on by West Bloomfield Parks. Mark your calendar for Saturday, September 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Rec Activity Center over in the Civic Center area. Let's reduce our community's waste, shop local, and repurpose items. It's a community-wide garage sale. You bring out, load up a table, a lot of fun. More information there on the Parks and Recreation site. You might have remembered the song Sailing. Christopher Cross will be in Pontiac right in our backyard this weekend. Show Sunday night, and that is going to be happening at the Strand Theater. There he is, Christopher Cross from back in the day, and really good yacht rock music, if you will, right here in our area in Pontiac tonight. I saw a note from Oakland County I wanted to share with you. If you're an employer and you're trying to retrain employees, there's some federal dollars available. In 2003, the state of Michigan Going Pro Talent Fund is providing $55 million to employers around the state of Michigan with talent needs. So if you've got some retraining you need to do, why not take advantage of the dollars that are available? You can get a hold of these federal dollars through our Oakland County Michigan Works program. Go to their website. There's going to be a program coming up on the 14th of September. If you're an employer and you're training employees, why not take advantage of some of those dollars? And just one final note this morning to toot our own horn. Big news at Civic Center TV because the Alliance for Community Media, this is one of our big national community television organizations, has awarded Civic Center TV. Civic Center TV was named award finalist in the area of overall excellence in the Access TV category for our coverage of the 49th annual Michigan Week Awards celebration. We were also named professional winners in our special critical announcement for COVID-19 vaccines and also nominated for our Excellence in Editing Best of Show for a town hall program that we did. So great staff. Hard work going on every day. Nice to see every once in a while you get a little recognition for it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. When we return, we're going to talk to the principal of your West Bloomfield High School. Eric Pace is standing by, and we check in with him next. You're watching The Splash.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Mark your calendars for the 11th annual Family Fun Night at West Bloomfield High School. Stop by on Friday, September 16th at 5 p.m. for an evening of free, fun activities as we honor our military, police, and fire heroes. Plus, stick around to see Laker football take on Clarkston at 7 p.m. To find out more, scan the QR code on your screen or visit WBSD.org/community/Family Fun Night.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott here on Civic Center TV. Also, if you're cruising around West Bloomfield, we're on the radio as well. 89.3 Lakes FM. Tyler and I like to call it the Big 89. Speaking of Tyler, he'll be here at 10 o'clock this morning with an hour of the MegaCast, and then we'll both head over to Stony Creek High School in Rochester Hills for your West Bloomfield High School football game tonight, 7 o'clock. Pregame at 6. Speaking of West Bloomfield High School, joining us now, the principal of West Bloomfield High School. Good morning to Eric Pace.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Good morning to you. So where are you? You look like you're in your office at the school.
I am in my office, yeah.
Hard at work, school's back. How's it going?
It's been great. We started last week, so we're in our second full week here at the high school. It's first time in a few years. We've just kind of rolled into a normal start to a school year. Kids have been amazing. Teachers are excited. It's refreshing after the summer.
You know, we hear a lot in the national news media about the challenges in education right now in this past post-COVID, I'd like to say post-COVID-19 era. I understand we're still dealing with it a little bit. It is a challenge in education right now. How are we doing, and are we getting closer to things getting back to normal?
Yeah, I think we are. We have classrooms that are filled with kids that are ready to learn. I think, if we think back to when we were in school, there's all those times when you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to be in this class right now. And every teenager goes through that. And I think after dealing with what we have for the past couple of years, students are really excited to be here, to be part of our culture and our spirit. And, the energy is palpable. It's something you can feel.
Well, certainly part of making the energy high is the success that we have in our extracurricular activities as well. And the football program that we have at West Bloomfield High School has to be doing some good for everyone. It does good for me. It gets me fired up. Following the Lakers, they're 2-0. They're off to another great season. Eric, I don't want to jinx them, but I think they look better than they ever have. And tonight we got a great game. Yeah, are you having fun? And is the student body having fun following this team?
Absolutely. Anytime you have successful extracurriculars, athletics, arts, whatever it might be, it just adds to the energy of the school. And so we, at our last home game last week, had the biggest student section we've had since we left for COVID. And again, you could feel it and hear it all the way from Orchard Lake Road and into the stadium. And it really does bring a different element to the school setting.
Yeah, I look down from my vantage point of the press box, and it always takes time for people to get into the stadium, and I keep looking down, and more people are coming in, and more people are coming in, and you can tell when it's a big night because there's a lot of people up on the grass hill by the home stands and by the concession. I don't know what the final numbers were on that game, but there were a lot of people, and that was Labor Day weekend on a Friday night, very unusual. Normally, there wouldn't be anybody at that game. There were a ton of people, and hopefully that is an indication of the way things are going to go this year.
For sure. Yeah, it's we also didn't have school that day heading into the holiday weekend, and I think we cleared over 2,000 that night. And we like to be a hub for the community and a place that families and community members can come to see some entertaining football and join us in our success.
And the best opportunity for everybody to come together and really enjoy all this is an event we call Family Fun Night, and it happens next Friday. It happens before the Clarkston game. It's always a good game. Even if you don't follow football, know that Clarkston, West Bloomfield is going to be huge. And then we have Family Fun Night where we all get together and do this big community-wide tailgate. We have the first responders there, and that's next Friday at the high school. And Eric, you can probably add some more about it. We're all really looking forward to being there.
Yeah, Friday, September 16th, we host Clarkston football for our varsity game that starts at 7. But we have our Family Fun Night, which is a community-friendly tailgate event that starts at 5 p.m. in our north parking lot. We have activities, giveaways, and games for kids all the way through teenagers and adults. We also take that night to celebrate and recognize our first responders here within our community, as well as our military and armed services personnel. So we'll be representing all branches of the military, a lot of hands-on things for students to, Humvees and activities, and then as well as our local police, fire, and paramedics that'll be recognized pre-game.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there too, broadcasting live, and we look forward to seeing everybody. I got a note in my email this morning, and I didn't realize, but West Bloomfield High School is celebrating its 50th anniversary. That holds a special place near and dear for me as an alum of West Bloomfield High School. And my mother was on the school board at the time the school was being designed. So in my house, she brought home the documents while the board was going through them. We got a chance to see the school being designed, and my mother has passed away. It's so proud every time I walk into the high school, her name is on the plaque as I come into the building. But whether you've got a deep connection to the school or you're newer to the community, celebrating 50 years is a big deal. What are you guys doing at the high school this year to honor that big occasion?
Yeah, so our school is celebrating its 50th year, and as the high school that you see now from Orchard Lake Road. So we're calling it our Golden Jubilee, and we're going to pair that with our Family Fun Night event to make sure that we can celebrate that appropriately. So we will have some items reminiscent of 1972. The top snack food at the time were bugles. So we'll be selling bugles at our concession stand. We'll have the top candy of the era, 1972. Bottle caps we'll be using to give away. We'll have a ceremonial ribbon cutting, photo booths with golden backdrops and signs and props for alumni and community members to use. And then we'll, be able to recognize it pre-game with, an announcement and a recognition of 50 great years. And this being my 17th year here, I'm just very proud to be just a small part of the 50-year tradition and success of West Bloomfield.
It's a great school, great tradition, and I would wear my leisure suit, the old, 70s leisure suit from that era if I could fit into it on Friday night. But and I have no idea where it is. But congratulations to everyone at West Bloomfield High School, and for those of us that have been around for that 50 years, it's even more special. Thank you for doing that. We're really looking forward to next Friday. Eric, we got to go. I got to scoot. What's your prediction for tonight's football game?
Let's see. I'm going to say, let's go 35-10, West Bloomfield.
I wrote it down, 35-10. So says West Bloomfield High School principal Eric Pace. Thank you very much for joining us. You do a great job. Always good to see you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. When we return, we're going to take a look at one of our fine businesses in our community as we talk to the founder of Pristine Rejuvenation Med Spas. That's coming up next. You are watching The Splash Live. Don't go away.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Let's savor these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Let's whoop it up for these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott, good to have you with us today. Well, we certainly love to highlight our businesses in the community. And right now, we're delighted to be joined by Eman Dahmani. He is the founder and operator of Pristine Rejuvenation Med Spa. She is, rather. Eman, good morning and good morning and welcome. And good to meet you. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's good to have you here. And, I know absolutely nothing about med spas and rejuvenation med spas. Tell us and people like me that don't know a whole lot what you're all about.
All right. Well, Pristine Rejuvenation is a medical spa, and we focus on all things regenerative and rejuvenation-based treatments. So anything from your kind of typical standard injectables, such as Botox, dermal fillers, as well as laser and energy-based device and treatments. And I guess our primary goal is just enhance our clients' features, enhance it naturally. We're all about sophisticated aging and just rejuvenating someone from the outer beauty as well as inner beauty.
Well, Eman, as you can see by looking at your screen, I'm not one of your customers. We probably could do a little work right down here and maybe,
Well, come and see, I'll take care of you. I think, everyone has something special and beautiful about them. And that's what we're all about. Again, we are very client-centered. We're a boutique-style med spa. We also have an esthetician with us, Sylvie, and she's amazing. and we try to treat the person as a whole. You know, everyone has different goals when it comes to aesthetics, and just finding out how we can enhance their features and make them feel more confident. You know, there's the saying, you look good, you feel good. We're all about that. And we're excited and happy to be part of the West Bloomfield community.
Well, Eman, I was going to ask you just about that very question. What brought you to West Bloomfield? We're so happy to have you here. Why did you decide West Bloomfield?
Well, thank you. I mean, I love West Bloomfield. I feel like it's a very diverse area, very diverse population. There's a high demand for our treatments. We also felt that there was a sort of a gap in the market for more individualized, customized medical aesthetics. But again, the diversity and just a gorgeous community, and we felt that we would just thrive with the West Bloomfield community.
Eman, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman, and then, you know, I've kind of look at me now. I grew up to be a broadcaster. How did you decide to get into the career you're in right now?
Sure. Well, I've been in healthcare for almost 20 years. So I was a nurse in the intensive care unit for several years, and then I went on to get my master's in anesthesia. So I am a certified registered nurse anesthetist, and I still practice. And, you know, aesthetics has been something that I've always loved. I get a lot of these treatments myself. And I felt that, you know, with my nursing kind of passion for helping others, as well as, you know, my passion for everything beauty and beautification, I felt that it was a very good combination. I get to, you know, manage my patients from a medical aspect in terms of managing their comfort levels, in terms of knowing anatomy and physiology when it comes to some of our treatments, as well as, you know, just beautifying them as a whole. So definitely my medical background had a huge impact on why I decided to go into aesthetics, for sure.
You know, we look back at our parents' generation and we think of like the nose jobs, you know, but it's become so much more. And are there as many men as women coming to visit you?
We definitely have seen a rise in our male clients. I would say at our med spa, we probably treat between 20 to 30% males. The rest are females, but that is increasing. You know, from a male perspective, they're also looking to enhance and enhance their, you know, total aesthetics and features. And the male aesthetic kind of treatment plan is a lot different than females, and we understand that very much so.
Yeah, we want to look. We guys want to look pretty, but we still want to, you know, be kind of cool and tough. So,
yeah, I mean,
Eman, we got to go. I am so sorry. I've run out of time. Can we? Before we go, I do want to quickly get in your website URL so people can find out more about you.
All right, we're at pristinerejuvenation.com, located at Sola Salon Studios off of Maple Road. We'd love to see you. Thank you for having me.
Eman Dahmani, thank you so much for being with us today, and we really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. We've run out of time. Don't forget Laker football tonight. Make sure you tune in. Pregame at 6. We kick it all off at 7 o'clock. And for Tyler and the whole crew and everyone in the studio, have a great day. See you soon.
Thank you.